Hi, Chris here. So this is how I'm reading everything right now. I'm reading that yes, we are in a decline right now. I think it's pretty obvious. We broke through the channel. Looks like just today, or maybe even yesterday, even maybe. But here's what I'm actually reading. So if we're on a 60-day chart, I call this entire downswing right here wave one. I'm going to use a Roman numeral for that one, and we could maybe just put a trend line here to show you how it happened, and then of course it ended right here at this bottom. So I'm just going to put a square over this so we know that already happened. That was a decline. Okay, so then we went into this corrective movement right here, which divided into what I thought it divided into two corrective movements. The first one, so this was a zigzag formation, and then this was a flat. Okay, what am I talking about? It's just two Elliott wave patterns that are connected to each other. It's a complex correction, just looks like basically one sharp move up. If you're familiar with Elliott wave, that's a zigzag. And then we had our wave X, which was a sharp move down. And then we had a flat correction, which was 1, 2, and then 3. So it looked like that, but it was making higher highs as we went. So looks pretty much like it. We made a little bit marginally higher high, and we have that signature flat correction right there. Okay, so I'm going to put a 2 Roman numeral right there. So that's when that ended. So after this trend line was broken, we knew that we were now in what we would call wave 3. So 3 in Roman numerals. And that the actual wave 3 should be close to the time proportion as wave 1. So you see this entire downswing lasted from about May 1st to about June 4th. So this decline should last, therefore, just about a month. Okay, so if we take a look at what's going on right now, I want to first mention that every single thing in the market is it's fractal in nature. So that means that if you look at a longer term chart like this, so 60 days, and you zoom in, it's going to look a lot like the same way it looks like in a longer term chart. So first thing I want to point out is if I do like Elliott wave analysis right here, you can pretty much see it. If we do a like 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then 5 ending somewhere down here, you can basically make a 5-wave pattern, and then you zoom out and you can easily make a 5-wave pattern into here. So notice 1, 2, this correction right here, 3, this correction right here, that'd be 4, and then 5 to finish the move. So if we are on a short-term time frame right now, so allow me to zoom into just like a simple 20-day chart, you can pretty much distinguish some kind of like wave movement going on, and it's pretty much in the bounds of this channel right here. So you can pretty much see it. We have 1 right here, and I'm going to use normal numbers for this. So we have 1, and then we have this correction, 2, and then we have 3 ending right here, and we are in the middle of 4 right now. Now, very commonly, you're going to find that 4 retraces about 38.2% of the 3. So if 3 is this movement right here, let's see if it actually gives us some kind of retracement. First, I'm going to do without the climax, so that kind of works, and then I'll do with the climax. So I'm talking about this price spike right here, and that actually works really well. So you see that little rebound. Okay, so that means that in the very short term, we need one more wave to correct this movement. So if I take this, resize my chart, and I zoom in. Okay, so I want to note this. If I go from top to bottom right here to the very bottom of this movement, and I go top to bottom right here, they are roughly proportional. Not as much as I would want it to be, but they are roughly proportional. So that would mean that our targets for right now, these are minimum targets. Well, number one, we first expect our pivot day to be on the 17th. Why? Here, let me show you. Well, there's one right there. There's an arc pivot, so that's a one-time pivot, but I'll get rid of that. And the upward movement I'm projecting, it's going to be a short-term one, so only lasting a couple days. So what I get to do is I put a Fibonacci sequence up here, and you notice it lands right on the 18th, and then I'm going to change the color, and I'm going to put another one at this bottom right here. So we'll make this one green, and I'll put this one at the bottom right here. So the green one is giving us the 20th, and then finally let's see if putting one up here gives us anything. This one gives us the 20th as well. So what it's pretty much showing is that we have a confluence of pivot points right here next week. So I'm just going to get rid of these. So it's showing that we have a confluence of pivot points, and in addition, we're also noticing a trend that roughly every 30 days the market makes a low. So from this low right here on, let's see, I think that I was actually using on the 30-day pivot. Hang on, I'm going to have to go on my other chart. Okay, so I have two cycles right here that I identified. I have a 25-day cycle and I have a 30-day cycle. And the 30-day cycle concludes shortly in the next week, like on Wednesday. And then we also see these pivot lines bunching around like the 17th and the 19th and that sort of thing. So I think there's going to be a bottom next week, and we're going to finish off this this movement. Okay, so I talked about that. Let's talk about actual price projection. If you just want to do a very minimal where we think it's going, you just take this, put it from the top of wave 4, which we'll say it's right there, extend this channel slightly, and we can expect it to get down to about 12,000. We got about 12,350, and that would be in the middle of the 16th. If I could actually get a time target, let's see if I can do that. Okay, so middle of the 16th, we get a bottom at about 12:30 p.m. And let's see if we have any confluent zones. If I do this, yep, that's a confluent zone right there. So between 12:30 and 1:30 p.m. next week on the 16th, we will get a bottom, and then we will see a correction upwards to about, if I'm looking at this right now, it would be about 12,600. So that's your plan for next week, all right? That's some intense market timing right there, so you know how to take advantage of it, all right? We're in this channel. All right, thank you for watching. I'll see you.